So Kate, self-promotion, getting out there in the marketplace and presenting yourself to the market, that's something that you've been fantastic at over the years. Could we maybe have a chat about some of the tips that you use and how you go about it?
Sure. Thanks, Michael. I think, in essence, you've got to start with the end in mind. So you've got to think, what profile do you want to portray to the public? How do you want to be seen? Who do you want to be connecting with? So one of the things for me is ensuring that I show the different layers of Kate Strickland. So not just being a one-dimensional real estate agent, being a very multi-dimensional person, which allows me to connect in with more clients as well, more things in common, more tentacles into the community if I'm doing more things. So I'll actually draw a bubble of myself, and I'll say Kate in the middle, and I sort of map out what I am.
So your different roles in life almost, and how are those how are they all coming together? Exactly.
So Kate the agent, Kate the partner, Kate the auntie, Kate the athlete, Kate the spiritual yogi, Kate the socialite,
the foodie.
The foodie.
Yep. Right.
So all the different versions of me. So you've got all these different layers, various layers, and then ensuring that that comes through in everything that you do. Day to day.
So I talk about congruency with who you are and how you are in the marketplace. So this is really about you getting clear on who you want to be in those different elements, and then presenting the full version of you, not, as you just said, that real estate agent. People want to get to know who you are and what you're all about.
Exactly. I think, we're all real estate agents, so then what's going to set you apart? What differentiates you? So as a female, I've got a differential already, which I'm blessed to have. Obviously, I was just born with that. But certainly having the different layers of you, it'll get you into more doors anyway, and you'll find that they'll also bring it up because they've probably looked into you before, they've read your profile, they've looked up your digital footprint online, and then they say, we see that you do triathlons in summer. My husband does triathlons. Or, we see that you went to this restaurant the other night, or that you sponsor this charity, or whatever it is. So
and that comes up a fair bit in conversation with your clients?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
From when I qualify to even get in the door or meet them and open for inspection, through to when I'm actually representing them through the campaign. And it just makes you a more authentic version of yourself anyway. You're not just Kate the agent, because at the end of the day, unfortunately, the perception people have of real estate agents is untrustworthy, commission breath, all of these types of things. They're just here because they want to get paid. So if they go, Kate's actually a cool chick, she's just a real girl. Even the other day we were talking about doing appraisals in, always looking professional. And I said, well, if somebody wants me to duck over to their house at 7:30 in the morning, I might say, look, I'm coming on the way home from PT, I'll be in my activewear, is that okay? And sometimes they love that because they go, here's Kate, no makeup, red in the face, exhausted in her gym gear, but she's happy to show us who she is under the layer of makeup and the outfit she normally wears.
Yeah, she's really, and the important point is you let them know you were coming in your activewear, not like turning up in your activewear.
Exactly.
So I love this term you're using, the different dimensions of you. How does that work in terms of rolling that out within the community on social media and so on?
So then you've got your various elements of how you market yourself. So implementing some form of strategy to show these dimensions. So obviously social media is a big part of it. We actually do a plan on a Friday for the week following, where we ensure, so myself and Dali, who's my colleague, who runs a lot of my back end in the business at the moment, and she puts together the Monday to Sunday and ensures that each day across Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, that there's something going on each day across those three, forums.
And is that a combination of the dimensions?
Exactly. So there'll be an image of at home one day, then the next day there might be a quote of something motivational, the next day there might be a little video of me with my nephews, the next day, so it's not every day saturation, but it definitely covers off the different dimensions or layers of Kate Strickland each time.
Great. So if someone was then searching on you, they're going to get a nice flavour of property, but they're going to get that whole, the different dimensions of you coming through well and truly.
That's right. I think the undertow has to be that you're a professional real estate expert and that you are going to be the person they want to call when they want advice. Ultimately, that's the end goal. I trust this girl. I like her, I trust her, I'll do business with her, I'll reach out.
And I love the fact that on Friday you do your plan for the next week.
Absolutely.
Now that plan could change if something great happens, have an outstanding result or something like that. But you've got a plan to work with and focus on.
Exactly. Otherwise, every day you're just sort of thinking, what do we post today? And it's a complete mess. And that's probably why people connect in with my social media well, because it is organised, which is not unauthentic. It just means we have a plan.
So, Kate, one of the things that you do really well is community FaceTime. In fact, you use that term. So, could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I think that it's important as an agent to eat, sleep, breathe, walk, live in the area that you want to represent and be the professional or the number one go-to person in.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm always thinking, well, if I'm going to go for a walk, obviously I'll do it in my headphones out in my community. If I'm going to go out for dinner, sometimes it's nice to escape the island of Brighton, but often it's nice to do it in the bubble, and it's amazing who you see. I encourage people, if they're having slow time at work or if they feel blocked or stuck, I often say just get out and have community FaceTime. Get out of the office. You're not going to get any flow sitting behind your computer at your desk.
Yeah.
Get out, sit in the local cafe, have a yarn with the barista. It's amazing who just walks up and says, I was just speaking to my friend about you, she's thinking of selling. So, it's a return on your investment, there's no doubt. But if you're going to be having a lunch or a client catch up, do it in the area where you think, you can still be seen. There are times where you want to get away and have some privacy, where you think, do you know what, it's not good to be in my community, because you will be interrupted. Every 10 minutes someone will come over and wave or say, what did that sell for? Or can you duck around and give me an appraisal? Which is great.
Well, that's when you know your profile's working.
Exactly.
Well and truly. So you're in that mode of choosing a meeting location that will enhance FaceTime and also enhance who you're meeting with and what it's about.
Exactly, and particularly if it's high profile. And I know that does sound like you're catching up with someone for a return on investment, but if you're catching up with somebody that's a bit of a who's who, then no doubt, for me, I'll do it at the pantry, out on the street.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
See who walks past, and then people talk about it, and you just end up being a dinner party conversation for someone that night, and you just don't know what's going to come of it. So it's just being top of mind.
Yeah, fantastic. And anything else you do on an events side of things from a building profile?
Definitely. So this year, one of my big events that I did was in the school holidays, which I'm now going to do twice a year, was a movie for the parents to come and bring the littlies. So we went to Captain Underpants. I think we had about 350 people. It was huge.
Popcorn,
the whole
chop
cinema.
tops.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. We made lolly bags. We did Marshall White show bags. So they came and they got a little show bag with my profile magazine in it, and a lolly bag and a Prima, and so it was just a blast. And the dads had a nice nap with the littlies on their lap, and the mums laughed away at the movie. But and we had the Marshall White banner up, and we did photos of them, and so we'll make it better each year. But that was just such a fabulous offering, and a lot of the wives that couldn't come, or husbands that couldn't come, or people that sent nannies with kids who were texting saying thank you so much, this is the best idea. So loved it. That's probably been my biggest event that I've now done. Also, we do the pantry cooking shows where I'll take a table of 10 clients or more if I can to come along to an event where you're just yourself. It's about getting out of the environment of just being in their lounge room or standing on their door.
Yeah. And I bet you the referral business that comes out of that and the repeat business comes out of that is just amazing.
It is. Well, it's just creating an attraction business, isn't it? Where people call you before they even need you, or before you think to call them.
You're top of mind well and truly from this. And what about your database? Any communication going out to your database?
Yep. So the weekly e-bulletin we do through Marshall White, and I always do the quarterly market update that marketing team runs.
Fantastic.
So that's just your image. It's got some stats. That's a little bit more of a credible piece that's more real estatey than fun.
Yeah.
But you can still personalise it now, which is great. So I definitely do that quarterly too. So it's just making sure that each week, each month, almost each day, you've just got a touch point, but your content's got to be interesting. It's got to be different.
Yeah.
It's got to be something that they go, I'm actually going to read it or listen to it, instead of it just being noise.
Yeah. So therefore, when I see Kate, I know who she is, what she's about. I understand she's a real estate agent, but there's a lot of other dimensions to her that really make a difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want this girl in my life and in my property journey.
And if I'm a client of yours, I'll get the quarterly updates. I'm connected with you with social media, and I get invited to great things like movie nights or foodie kind of events as well.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Thanks,
well, Kate,
Michael.
thanks so much for sharing this. It's an important part of the Marshall White way, building profile and building position in the marketplace. Congratulations on all the great work you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks.